Guys, in this video we're going to be putting together this metal cabinet that I got. This is something that I picked up from Amazon, and I wanted to show you guys some of the steps that is involved in putting it together. It's not very hard to do, just follow a few basic steps. Check out the links down in the description below. I will put a link to this cabinet as well as a few other things, some of the tools that you see in this video as well. But right now, guys, let's get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do, guys, is to get everything out, get it sorted and separated. Also find the instruction book. You know, if anything, it'll give you just the labels of where stuff is as far as the order to get it together. And of course, all of the pieces are labeled. And I'll have to say there are a couple of little dings and stuff on this when I pulled it out of the box, but nothing really to worry about, in my opinion, just because of where it is, how it is, and there again, the purposes of this. This cabinet, I'll have to say, as far as the weight rating of it, it seems to be decent. The steel, it's not very thick, at least the individual pieces are not very thick, which, you know, that does play into some of the weight. And you can see here, I've got the back setting here against the wall. I just propped it up against the wall, the two halves of it, and have been working on putting the screws in. This is, of course, the first step. Take the back, the two pieces here for the back, get those together, and then simply get the screws in. So that's what I'm going to continue to do now, and then we'll come back and show you where we're at. Now you can use just a regular screwdriver, but you know, I just use power tools. I got them, so just might as well use them. Just put it in here and zip it up, and there again we've got the back assembled and we're ready to move on. Link down below, guys, if any of you are interested in a driver. That way you can kind of help support the channel. Alright guys, I just wanted to take a minute to show you how these go together. You can see here the way that this one is made. It's just a little bit dark here, guys, but just bear with me. You can kind of see here how that this basically is going to hook around the back section, the way that this is made here. And then of course your screw is going to fit through the side, come in from the back. You can see here on the other side here how I've got that done. Your screws are going to go in, and that's going to have that's going to join your back section to the sides. And of course, I've got this one setting upside down just the way that I had it, and we're just going to go ahead and get the sides on there now and just continue. But I want to take a minute just to show you guys how this section goes together. You can see here this back section is basically, it's perforated here, and that's for the shelf adjustments, you know, those little brackets that the shelf set on, and then that basically just hooks around this and then put your screws in. Okay, now I've got this cross piece put in here. This is actually for the bottom of it, and just to show you guys how it goes, just literally there's two screws here on each side, and you get those in. And of course, you know, there again, it slips into this notch here. It's basically like a big jigsaw puzzle. This slips in from the back side of this notch and then screws in from the back. So now we're just going to keep going, and I'm going to put the top section, even though it's down there, I'm just going to flip it around, put the top section on, and just keep going. Okay guys, we have got the top and of course the bottom in. I've got it sitting over on its side to where I can get that in. On the bottom, once you set the bottom shelf in, you've got some screws up the back side. You put those in, no problem whatsoever. Easy to get those in. And the bottom shelf also sets on this cleat. And then of course we have basically these pads or whatever that simply slip onto each of the corners, and you secure them with a couple of screws, and that's basically going to help keep from scratching your floor. So I've got to get the two bottom ones on, or I should say the two for the other side on, and then we're ready to stand this back up. Okay, get the doors on. You basically, there's a little pin that drops in down at the bottom and a washer, and you put that on, slip the door onto that. And of course you will then simply have the top piece here will slip up through, lock the top into the top of the door into the upper section, this cross beam, and then fold this little tab up right here that you can see me pointing at, and then that way it will hold that into position. Alright guys, we have got the door together. I have got the door handle on it, and you can see here how this works. Basically, of course I need to bend this cotter pin over. Once you get the door handle mounted, you will simply put these rods, there's little spurs sticking through this one piece here, and then of course this piece here will go in and entrap those rods, and then of course you put your pin through and it will hold those on in place. And of course you can see here, guys, let me just zoom out just a bit. here is the cabinet. Again, it is not the perfect cabinet out there. I think it's pretty decent for the money, I'll have to say. I've got it put together. I still need to put the shelves in, but there again, they just some clips that snap in along each of the sides of it. You got here, and then of course up front here, and then the shelves just set right down on those clips. But anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. Again, I will put a link to where you can pick up this cabinet down below this video. And guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you next time.